Hello beautiful people, Miriaki Aki here. If this is your first time stopping by, today's video is all about coconut oil. Here I'm making coconut oil. So as you can see, here is my coconut. I'm just cracking it carefully. I'm removing the coconut itself from the shells. Guys, you have to make sure you're very careful, okay? You can easily wound yourself, or you can easily cut yourself with a knife while trying to remove this coconut. Some of these coconuts are usually very hard. Now after removing the coconuts, I'm going to cut them in these small pieces, as you can see here. This is just because I'm going to be using a blender to kind of blend the Molinex, to blend the coconuts, and cutting it into small pieces is going to help ease the work for the Molinex. So as you can see here, I had blended the first batch, and I'm going to be putting this second batch. Make sure you don't put a lot of water, guys. Please just put water that is enough to blend it, okay? And blend it bit by bit. Another important thing, make sure your Molinex is strong. Please make sure it's a strong one. Don't go and use a weak Molinex whose voltage is very low and then you spoil your machine. We don't want that. Blend while waiting for the machine to rest, because you know the coconut is really hard. Blend and so after blending, we just pour it. I'm just pouring it into the first batch of the coconut I already blended, and we don't want to throw away anything. You know, we are not that type of people who waste anything, okay? So we are going to be pouring the chaffs into this sieve of mine, so that we can separate the milk from the chaffs, as you can see here. Can you see the milk? It's like, you know, yeah, this is what we are going to use to make our coconut oil. Now, making sure you have clean hands, you're going to squeeze off all that milk from the chaffs and you put it back into your blender for the second blending, okay? We want to remove everything. I mean everything. We don't want to waste nothing, because at the end of the day you might discover that you might have just a little bit of coconut oil from so much coconut that you have been breaking. Now I'm done, and I'm just using this smaller sieve. You know, we used the bigger sieve the other time to like remove the water from the chaff, but this time we're using this smaller sieve so that there is no chaff at all in the water. Again, we have just the pure milk, okay? I did not use this bigger sieve again. I used the smaller one. You already know the reason. After this step, we now move on. So this is the milk, as you can see. This is what we want. We now need a plastic wrappon. Get a clean plastic wrappon, okay? A good wrappon that has no holes. Make sure it is not burst at any corner. And we are going to be pouring our milk into the wrappon, as you After pouring that, you want to secure push the mixture to the side. Of course, this is for small scale coconut making. Push the mixture to the side, and then you tie it very well to secure it. And you see, as you can see, my wrappon is not burst. There's no hole, to make sure that the product is not dripping out. And then I just hang it here, guys. Don't laugh, okay? This is the best place where I could place it secure, on top of my blind holder. Yeah, I just placed it there, and it's going to be there like for the whole night. And then the next morning I'm going to show you guys what it is like, and then we are going to finish with the processing. So yeah, this is the next morning, this is the next day, and I did the process but in the evening. So this is the following day, and as you can see, the milk has separated from the water. You can see the milk right at the top, and what is left below is just the water and some of the, you know, the dark skin from the coconut behind. Here it is. So what we're going to do next is I'm going to be using these needles of mine to like pierce into the water, the sides of the wrapping and then the water is going to come out like you're going to see here. Just the water. I don't know, guys, but this busting these holes, it's so satisfying, man. It's satisfying. I just love doing this. Like the feeling you get when this water is just coming out, oozing out, like, yeah. So yeah, I'm just going to be removing all of the water. As you can see, this water down here is not needed, okay? And here is the only thing we are left with, and we are going to be using. Next up, I'm going to be putting it into my small pot. As you can see here, we have just the milk. The process is long, right? But just be patient, okay? And once you're done with your oil, you're going to see that the process was worth it. Now I'm putting gas, and I'm just leaving it there for some 5 minutes to start boiling while I prepare my container where I'm going to be putting my coconut oil, my finished product in it. This is just a bicarbonate of soda container. I'm just going to clean it and let it dry and store it for usage later. So as you can see, our coconut has started boiling. Our coconut milk has started boiling. Make sure that you stir it from time to time to avoid it from burning or sticking to the bottom of the pot. So as you can see, if you can be very vigilant, you discover that the oil has actually started coming out. If you can see, the oil has started coming out bit by bit. So I decided to tilt the pot to this one side because I want to be scooping out the oil from time to time. I don't like when my coconut oil looks so burnt, so I'll be scooping out the oil to remove that clean yellow based oil. So I just turned off the gas cooker, and this is what I'm doing now. I'm scooping out the oil bit by bit to have that clean yellow oil. I don't want it to be too cooked. So you want to make sure that you're going to repeat this process. Immediately you're done scooping out the oil, you put on the gas again and you scoop it out again bit by bit. So I'm putting it in this cup. The oil is actually very hot at this point in time, so you don't want to put it into your plastic bottle immediately, okay? You want to wait until the oil is really cold before you transfer it into your plastic bottle because it's really hot. Several scooping, we are done finally, and here is our oil. This is all we got from all of that coconut, and I'm going to be using now this sieve with the tiny holes on it. I'm going to be using the sieve to sieve out the coconut oil itself so that we have that pure clean, because as you can see inside there's one darkness in it. These are some of the chaff that I got from. Here is our coconut oil. This process is complete. Yay, we are done with our coconut oil. So I'm going to be using this to remove my makeup and sometimes even moisturize my skin. So that's just how to make coconut oil. Simple, right? The process might look long, but trust me, at the end of the day it is worth it. You do your own coconut oil and you are sure of the sanitation, blah blah blah. Guys, don't forget to subscribe to my channel and tell me if you like more of this kind of videos.